वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Today I'm going to talk about Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's life and his teachings. Speaking about Guru Tegh Bahadur, who is the owner of Hindustan, called as the Hind Di Chadar, and he is the protagonist of human rights, sacrificing his young and most precious life for the protection of religions of fellow Hindus, challenging the might of Emperor Aurangzeb, whose name at that time was a terror and fright, and entering the capital of Emperor's kingdom with only three of his companions. Surely it was a very daring act. While in Delhi, Guru Tegh Bahadur's most challenging meeting with the emperor and his own firm and strong stand on human rights is evidence enough of his most strong and divine personality. During a short span of 11 years of his guruship, his missionary tour of more than 150 villages, towns of Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, and Assam, following the footsteps of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, proves his haste to complete his part of the mission of Guru Nanak as assigned to him by the Almighty. At the age of 18, he headed one of the contingents of Sikh army against the Mughals, along with Bidhi Chand and Guru Hargobind himself in the Battle of Kartarpur, and showed his valor and fearlessness. Watching him fight with so much of vigor and force, Guru Hargobind, his father, changed his name from Tegh Mal to Tegh Bahadur. Now the battle was won, Though the battle was won, but the scene of the blood which flowed during the battle touched Guru Tegh Bahadur's young mind and heart, and he requested his father to have leave from the busy and eventful life in Kiratpur, including his possible chances of coronation as the next Guru, and to retire in the calm and peaceful village of Bakala in the house of his grandparents. There he lived for 20 years, from the age of 23 to 43. Places of his main domicile, however, were Amritsar, 14 years, where he was born, Kartarpur, 5 years, where he got married and later fought the battle with Mughals, and Kiratpur for the next 5 years, making up his mind for his future until the age of 23. Thereafter, he went and lived in Bakala with his grandparents, Mother Nanki, and wife Gujri. Tegh Bahadur was first anointed as the ninth Sikh Guru in August 1664 by Bhai Gurditta, son of Baba Buddha, and in the presence of his mother, Mata Nanki, wife Mata Gujri, and other relations. And 2 months after that, in October 1664, Makhan Shah Lubhana declared to the Sangat of Bakala the Guruship of Tegh Bahadur. Later, the Guru founded the city of Anandpur near Kiratpur, where he came and settled after his journey of East India. He could have lived in Kiratpur, his ancestral home, but he preferred to establish a township like his predecessors. Guru Nanak founded Kartarpur Ravi, where he spent last 70 years of his life. Guru Angad set up Khadur Sahib, Guru Amar Das Goindwal, Guru Ram Das Amritsar, and Guru Arjan Tarn Taran and Kartarpur near Jalandhar. Going through the library of his hymns, Guru Tegh Bahadur's hymns, it is believed that he had written many divine hymns after his anointment as the ninth Guru. But most of them later, when he was arrested in Delhi, were seized by the Mughals and destroyed out of fear of those being charms and incantations. The hymns which were later recorded in Guru Granth Sahib by Guru Gobind Singh Ji at Damdama Sahib in 1706 are 115 in number and include 57 sloks and 58 shabads. His main teachings can thus be traced from his lifestyle and his hymns so included in Guru Granth Sahib. The Guru says that the world is temporary and has a limited span of life. So let us start singing the glories of God. He says, Jo upadiyo so bins hai paro aaj ke kaal, Nanak har gun gaye la chaat sagal janjal. Whatever has been created shall be destroyed. Everyone shall perish today or tomorrow. Sing the praises of the Master and give up all worldly entanglements. He further says, worry about those things which are beyond our control. The future is completely unknown, uncertain, and beyond all of us. The way of world is such that there is nothing stable or permanent. He says, चिंता ताकी कीजिए जो अनहोनी होए एह मार्ग संसार को नानक थिर नहीं कोए. Worry about things which are beyond you. The way of the world is that there is nothing stable or permanent over here. According to the Guru, all worldly relationships are short lived. Only the bond with the Almighty is eternal and He is always a help in calamities. He says, Sang Sakha Sab Taj Gaye, Kau Nan Beo Saath, Kaho Nanak E Bipt Mein, Take Ek Raghunath. All friends and companions eventually desert, and no one remains until the end. In this tragedy and difficult times, only the Master is our support. Guru says that people around us remain with us and boast of friendship only during good times, but in bad and difficult times, they all leave. सुख में बहु संगी भय दुख में संग न कोय कौ नानक हर भज मना अंत सहाय होए. In good times there are many companions around, but in bad times there is no one near at all. Meditate on the Master, he shall be the only help and support in the end. Talking of pleasure and pain and the name of God, he says, that man who in the midst of pain does not feel pain, who is not affected by pleasure, affection, or fear, who looks alike upon gold and dust, who is not swayed by either surrender or praise, nor affected by greed, attachment, or pride, who remains unaffected by joy and sorrow, honor and dishonor, who renounces desires and remains desireless in the world, who is not touched by sensual urge or anger. That man, that man is blessed by Guru's grace and understands the true path. And he merges at the end with the Almighty like water with water. Guru recommends to destroy one's ego, for ego takes you away from God. O fool, he says, forsake the pride of your mind. Corporeal longings, anger, and the company of evil people, avoid them in the journey of your life. One who knows that pain and pleasure are both the same, and honor and dishonor don't touch him deeply, who remains detached from the joy and sorrow, he realizes the true essence of the object of life. O mortal, renounce the false pride and seek instead the state of detachment. Indeed, these are all very difficult moves in the game of life, but one has to understand them. There are only a few true devotees who have the knowledge of God's rules. Guru says that do believe that God is the ultimate power. He is omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient, and those who remember Him and believe in Him surely get salvation. सब दुख सब सुख दाता राम है, दूसर नाहे न कोई। कहो नानक सुन रे मना, तै सिमरत गत होए। सब सुख दाता राम है. The Master is the giver of all peace and comfort. There is no other at all. O mind, meditating in remembrance on him, salvation is attained. Your body is made up of 5 elements. You have the knowledge and you have voice enough to know all about this. And believe it, you shall merge once again into him from whom you originated. Guru says that who destroy greed, their greed and don't wave in pleasure and pain are the real devotees. सुख दुख जय पर से नहीं, लोभ मोह अभिमान, कहो नानक सुन रे मना, so मूरत भगवान. One who is not touched by pleasure or pain, greed, emotional attachment, and egoistic pride. Listen, O my mind, he is the very image of God. And he says, जो प्राणी ममता तजे, लोभ मोह अहंकार, कहो नानक अपन तरे, औरन लेत उधार. The Guru instructs that those who need contentment, happiness, and comfort, they should take the shelter of Vaheguru. जो सुख को चाहे सदा, जो सुख को चाहे सदा, शरण राम की ले, कहो नानक सुन रे मना, दुर्लभ मानुख दे. If you yearn for eternal peace, then seek the sanctuary of the Master. Listen, O my mind, this human body is difficult to obtain. Guru further stresses that the true devotees and God are the same. जो प्राणी निस दिन भजे, रूप राम ते जान, हर जन हर अंतर नहीं, नानक साची मान. That mortal who meditates upon the Master night and day, no such person to be the true embodiment of the Master. There is no difference between the Master and the humble servant of the Master. Guru Tegh Bahadur's great sacrifice in Chandni Chowk in Delhi in 1675, at the age of 54, changed the history of India. It put a rein on the persecution and hunting of innocent Hindus. 3 important Gurdwaras: Gurdwara Sechganj in Chandni Chowk, Delhi, where Guru was beheaded; Gurdwara Rakamganj in Dev Delhi, where his headless body was cremated; and Gurdwara in Anandpur, where the last rites of his fair head were performed, remind the Indian nation of the great savior of Hindu religion, and reminds that how their forced conversion to Islam was halted by the sacrifice of the Guru and his companions. The declaration of Emperor Aurangzeb regarding all Hindus either to embrace Islam or to be ready to die, the command to provincial governors to seize tons of janeus every day, the visit of Kashmiri Brahmins to the temple of Amarnath to have the counseling of Lord Shiva, and then following Lord Shiva's command, their visit to Anandpur Sahib under the leadership of Pandit Kirparam to have the protection by Guru Tegh Bahadur is all history, and we, the Indians, must be proud of it. These are the golden pages of our history and must be read by everyone. Guru Tegh Bahadur's life amongst world prophets is a reminder of an ambassador of God who preached the message of love and justice, human rights and civil liberties. And when time came, he offered his own life to save the innocent, irrespective of their faith and belief. Even in difficult times, the Guru very strongly held the hands of the Almighty and said, Gun Gobind gayo nahi, janam akarat keen, kaho nanak har phaj bana, jai vid jal ko meen. If you do not sing the praises of the Master, your life is rendered useless. Meditate upon the Almighty. Immerse your mind in Him like the fish in the water. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ